It's time for Tiger Talk with head coach Jeff Tannehill and Stewart Shelby live on the Neville Tiger Network. Tiger Talk's presented by Parker Alexander Law, Family Solutions, Go Family Health, Sonic on North 18th, Tenori's on Louisville, Martinez Chiropractic, James Machine Works, Mama DeLuca's Pizza, Origin Bank, David's Mobile Detail, Nuke's Eatery, 3B Equipment Rental, Neela Title Company, The Levy Grill, Liz McQueen, John Ray Realty, and Jeffrey Angelo. Now, let's head to Melvin's Restaurant as we catch up with head coach Jeff Tannehill and Stewart Shelby.
All right, everybody, welcome into this week's edition of Tiger Talk. We are live from Melvin's Restaurant, as we are every Wednesday night during the football season. And as you can see to my right is Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill. I'm your host, Stewart Shelby. And Coach, congratulations. Big 42-0 victory over the Patriots from Franklin Parish for a nice homecoming win. It was just a good week all around there at Bill Ruppel Stadium.
Always a good win on a homecoming. You know, big crowd there, all the reunions coming in, and it's just nice to have a good night to the guys can play well on a Friday night and get a win for homecoming and just show the home crowd and the reunion crowd the way we play football. I'm gonna spit it out. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to do a little better tonight.
We're gonna get all this. And look, hey, we've got. I went down before pregame, postgame, and I mean there was alumni from all different years, the 50s, 60s, all the way up to the 2011s, I believe, if you will, 10s and 11s, and it was kind of a double-up homecoming because of COVID last year. Right. So the 10s and the O's and the 1s kind of got.
Exactly. 70 and 71 had a big deal down there in the end zone and down in the pavilion area on Saturday. Mm-hmm. After it, they all got together. Then I heard that the 01s were over in what they're calling the Grove now, across the street.
Yeah.
And so it was a big time was had by all. And let's move it on to the next district game.
That's right. 1-0 in district after that win over Franklin Parish, and no letdown from the Tigers after a big emotional victory against the Rebels the week prior, and that's what you wanted to see. Exactly.
Offense came out clicking on all cylinders, and the defense just played outstanding again this week, scoring 3 times on defense. And, that doesn't happen very often, but it sure is fun when it does. It takes a lot of pressure off the offense.
Early on, Franklin Parish wanted to throw the ball a little bit, and it just didn't work out too well for them.
No, our secondary is really good. We've got Dubose back there, Elam, Jalen Blackston, and Straughter that all are very good football players. And anytime we play a team like that really throws the football around, their eyes kind of light up. And they threw out I don't know how many times they threw it, but it was quite a bit. And we had 2 or 3 picks, and then we had some touchdown returns off of a pick. So that's always great.
A couple pick sixes on the night. We're going to get to those in the highlights here later on in this segment. But, Coach, we got a lot of people here
packed
tonight. Packed house tonight. I'm glad to see everybody out here on Wednesday night. We're going to hear from Coach Navarro and a couple of his players at Neville Junior High as they finish up their season tomorrow night at West Ridge. We're also going to talk to one of the Origin Bank Players of the Week, Mr. Kane Day.
Had a great night the other night.
Senior offensive lineman had a great night. You're exactly right, number 68. We'll talk to him later on in the program as well. And then we're going to preview next week's game against the Minden Crimson Tide, the first road trip of the season. So
the only one so far.
The only one so far. The only one we've got left until possibly the playoffs. But let's jump right in to these highlights. And I believe this is the first defensive drive, and Anichi Sledge gets the Tigers started with a big stack.
First play on defense. Yep. I mean, he ripped right by the center just like you draw it up, and straight to the quarterback. He didn't have a chance there. It's a great play by Anichi.
Yeah, and then Blackston followed this up with a tackle for loss there on second down.
Well, look, he just did a great job of ripping. Anytime you have a safety that does that kind of stuff where he rips right up under the tight end coming out and then goes and makes a play in the backfield, I mean, that's just great. What that is great preparation during the week.
And then Brooks Anzalone getting a start there with Brett Batterford still nursing a little injury right here, and here's his first touchdown pass of his career.
Well, I didn't realize that, but yes, it is. It's a great play, perfect throw in the back of the end zone, and Jaden goes up and makes a fantastic catch. Brooks has done a great job in relief of Brett here the last 2 games, and he had another good night. Well, he was 50% on throwing the other night, so that's a pretty good night for us.
Yeah, he definitely got in that. So you go up with that one, and then here's a nice screen pass. This is another Brooks' second touchdown pass, but this one's a lot of A.J. Allen.
Right. Well, I mean, we just got to get it to him in space. And then, look, Big Herd makes a great block there. And then downfield you see 66 there, Big Will downfield blocking. And, if he gets a little crease, he's got a chance to take it the difference.
The distance. That's right.
Brooks threw, he had 9 completions for 115 yards.
Yeah.
The screen pass does count on passing, so we'll take that every time.
It was I think, a 49-yarder went there. But, A.J. didn't have the rushing yards, didn't have to have the rushing yards, and that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people are like, why didn't A.J. have 150-something yards? Well, didn't need 150.
Well, we scored 14
yards.
Points on about 3 plays, and then the defense scored 21 points. And so, there's no reason to be up 35-0 and start running your tail back.
Still had about 100 yards of total, a little over 100 yards of total offense. I mean, it's not like
wasn't a bad night.
He wasn't had an off night.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about those pick sixes early, and here's Griffin McGee getting his right here, and this was just right down the opponent's sideline.
Well, we were a little short on that play, but he does a tremendous job of getting underneath one, and we coach that real hard. When you're in the flats and number 2 goes inside, he gets to 1. And he got under 1 there and stepped right in front and took it to the house. I mean, that's a great job of execution on defense.
And I believe this was the next
That's Griffin's second
possession.
or third
This
pick
is second
six.
pick six of the week. But here's Marion Elam gets in on the action.
He finds the football done. Great hit there in the backfield, calls the short throw there, and then he's got great vision when he gets the ball.
Didn't need much vision
no.
as he had one block and he was gone.
He's gone. He's pretty good at doing that. He had 3 or 4 of those last year. So
he got his. I believe that's his first pick 6 of the year.
Yeah.
I think his 3rd pick overall.
Right.
And given the fact that you hadn't played anybody that threw it except for St. Thomas More, really, that's saying a lot for Marion's play. Right. So here's the next drive. Dubose strips a wide receiver, and this was, actually a running back as one of the Richardson got away from it. And this is a great hustle play.
Great hustle play right here. You can see him turn on the speed, and then he uses, what they work on in practice every day and punched it out, and then we recovered the football. There's a good chance there that he goes the distance if he doesn't hustle right there and make that play.
Definitely. Richardson, a pretty good back for the Patriots. And
he was most of their offense the other night.
He was pretty much the only bright spot for Franklin Parish. Real quick, here's Osborne, tied in. A nice little dump pass here out to
Tristan's
Tristan.
really come into his own here. He's with Plummer being out, he's had to take all the snaps, and he's done a great job. He's player of the week a couple weeks ago. He's caught 2 or 3 screen passes, and there he catches one in the flats. What we don't talk about is the blocks that he makes. He does a great job of kick-out blocks and then wrap blocks, hooking the defensive end. And, right there he faked like he was going to hook the end and then slipped out in the flats. And Brooks did a good job of getting him in football so he could run a little bit. Here's
A.J. with just showing off some moves. That's an 18-yard carry for him.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 touchdowns the other night, and this is pretty big hole. If you see Will Campbell there, right there, just driving that guy down the field, and that's what he does best. And then A.J. makes it happen after that. Yeah,
a couple of spin moves. It's kind of like that's what he was wanting to do last week was spin a little bit.
Maybe spin. Maybe. Yeah. What was that show? Running back on that show spins a lot. I don't remember what was that, Friday Night Lights, I believe it was.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about Booby Miles.
Booby Miles.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. Booby likes to spin.
He does. He does like to spin. But A.J. Really getting it done. A couple of touchdowns from him.
He didn't get the yards, but he got 2 TDs the other night. And he's got, I believe it's 16 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah,
and
16, 17 total.
Yeah, right here, A.J. Allen. He's got 16 rushing touchdowns, and then he's also got 2 receiving touchdowns and a kickoff return. So he's got actually 19 touchdowns. Wow.
Not bad.
6 games.
In 6 games.
Yeah.
So. He's averaging just over 3 a contest, so I guess you'll take those odds any day. All right, here's Hanlon with a nice reception
he
here.
Does a great job of running routes. Brooks throws to his check down there, and Hanlon does a great job of catching the football and running good routes. He's going to really grow into a really good receiver here soon.
Couple of more highlights here as Anzalone takes this one on by himself here. A nice little keeper run for 12 yards.
He fakes it right there to DJ, and then he takes it. He's got deceptive speed. He's tall and lanky, and he's got long legs. So he's picking up more yardage than you think he is. He doesn't look like he's running fast, but he does a pretty good job of finding some space in there to run.
12 yards right there, fell forward, got the first down for you. And here, talking about special teams, Chandler Pettis didn't have to punt much, but this one right here pinned Franklin Parish inside the 5, I believe.
He has really come a long way, right? With his punting, and then he rolls it down there inside the 3 or 4 yard line, and we tackle him, and he steps out of bounds right there. So all of our kickers, and I don't know if you're going to show Tomas here in just a minute, but he did an outstanding job of kicking the football the other night.
He did. Tomaso kicking off had, I believe, 6 of 8 touchbacks. From there, a strong-legged young man, and
he got a chance to kick the other night. Briard's been nursing a leg for a while. And so we let him kick off the other night, and, boy, he showed out a little bit. So we're just proud of that. And
here's one right here. I believe if you mentioned that one. This is this might be the opening kick.
Will, right there, Johnny on the spot, wasn't it?
That kick is up and
kicks it. I mean, that's 6 yards deep in the end zone. That's a good kick right there. And that's a weapon. It is. If he can continue to do that and then kick well, that's a weapon for us. And defensively, they'll start on the 20 every time.
Every time. No run back right there. Briard hit all of his extra points last week. And one of the final highlights is this Matthew Fobbs-White with a strip sack for a touchdown.
Defensive player of the week this week. Boy, he hits him right there at the mesh and then picks it up and scores a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's playing football right there. Boy, he has had a great year this year at defensive end, and he's really come a long way since his sophomore season. It's good to see that, and he'll continue to play well all year, just get better and better.
Just get better. And the good thing about Fobbs-White is that I believe you got one more year.
Yeah, we get to use him one more. He's a junior.
He's a junior. I believe, and he's got a brother playing at Neville Junior High as well.
He does.
So coming up. We'll get with that. So overall, a 42-0 win. You did what you had to do. You get into district. You go into next week against Minden, trying to keep on trucking. And we'll talk about that as we get later on in the show. But congrats. You got through homecoming week unscathed on the football field and off the football field. From all accounts. So congratulations.
I try to be a little more excited about homecoming. I love seeing all the classes come back. And, Coach Brown just got under his skin real bad when we had homecoming. And he used to – that was the worst week of practice we ever had. But I try to enjoy it as much as I can. It's still, got a lot of stuff going on. But, as a head coach at Neville, you just enjoy seeing all the people come back. And that was part of the fun. I got to visit with a 70 and 71 class for a while there at the field house on Saturday. Took a big tour. And, I really enjoy visiting with those guys. They're just amazed at how far our facility has come up there at Neville with the pavilion, the field house. They all talked about the old dungeon dressing room we used to dress in. And it was good to talk to those guys and how much they really appreciate how things have been going the last 15 or so years with our program. And it's just exciting to see that.
Definitely is. Only going to get better as the years go on. So looking forward to that. All right, folks, we're up against our first break. When we come back, we will talk with the athletic director at Neville Junior High, John Navarro. He's got a couple of players. He's got a lot of players sitting over there, looking over there. Hopefully he brought his checkbook. That's going to cost a bit to feed all those big guys right there. They look hungry. So we're going to break away. When we come back, John Navarro from Neville Junior High. Stay tuned. You're watching Tiger Talk right here on the Neville Tiger Network.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
You told me one click.
You told me one call.
You told me you'll get it done,
I called.
but never got you.
Instead, I was handed off to someone else.
In fact, I never even met you.
Are you even for real?
Don't be misled. If you've been injured, you deserve to meet with the actual attorney you saw on TV.
At Parker Alexander, you'll meet with me.
Or me.
We'll fight to get the money you deserve.
Remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you. And that's for real.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are live at Melvin's, as we are every Wednesday during football season for Tiger Talk. As you see, I've traded in coaches, and I've got Neville Junior High Athletic Director John Navarro sitting with me. And John, always good to talk to you. It seems like I talk to you about every week as I pass through the line there at the junior high. But how's things going?
Everything's going good. We have our last game tomorrow for football. We're playing West Ridge at West Ridge, and we got a good shot looking to finish out the season with a victory.
Yeah, let's talk about that season. As we've talked about it, I guess, a lot with the high school guys, but from a junior high standpoint, last year was just kind of a
nightmare.
A nightmare.
Nightmare. We had to split last season. We had to split. The parish did their own thing, and so we did get fortunate enough to have a game at Washita, but everybody else in the parish did their own thing, so it kind of left us scrambling for games, and then we had a game with Calvary and the hurricane hit, so it just kind of went out of it was just a nonstop turmoil, it seemed like.
Well, you get through that, and we get to kind of have a normal season here.
Yeah.
Everybody's back on the schedule.
Yep.
7th grade, 8th grade. Let's talk about numbers there. I mean, you gave or you sent a bunch of kids to Neville, probably one of the biggest freshman classes to Neville last year, or this year actually, from your big 8th grade class last year. And how's everything at the junior high this year?
We had short numbers during the summer. We had peaked out at maybe 67, and I was kind of a little nervous, and I don't know why, but by the end, our peak was about 94. We had about 94 kids. That's 7th and 8th grade total.
Total?
Yeah.
Well, and, I've definitely watched you guys since the beginning of the season. 8th grade is having some success there, taking a few lumps, but I think y'all are 4-2-1 on the season.
Yeah, so we got hit this past couple of weeks. We played 2 games last week and got hit with the injury bug and the stomach bug and any other bug, and it kind of hurt us because we don't have a lot of depth. We have some good kids, we just don't have a lot of depth, and we lost our offensive line, 2 guys off the offensive line, and 1 guy off the defensive line, and another one to another health issue too as well. So we've been shorthanded the past couple of weeks, but we're full blast now, ready to go.
Well, I've definitely been impressed with especially what I've seen on the 8th grade side of things. 7th graders still working on it, learning. I mean, that's a transition when you get from 6th grade to 7th grade, when it's a different deal, and it's kind of sometimes it takes a little while for those guys to get moving. But a lot of bright spots on that 8th grade. People are looking for these incoming freshmen that can make an impact, and you may have a couple there on your 8th grade side.
I reckon we do. We have some good size, and this we sent a good bit of offensive linemen this year, but I got another group coming. And and even with the 7th graders, we're just babies, and the 7th grade is always a transition. It's very tough for these kids to understand what we're trying to do football, because a lot of times they don't get the coaching at the lower levels, and that's the problem. And the terminology we start throwing at them, which is a lot of the stuff that Neville does, is next level above what they know.
Yeah, it's when you come from different programs, especially, it's not like it used to be. There's 3-4 different football leagues of kids that are playing football. Some of them don't play football now until they show up at junior high, and it's not kind of growing up. You know, when we were growing up here, everybody ran the wing tee from flag football on, and it's still ingrained in your brain where you got to Neville. It's different terminologies for the spread and everything, and you guys doing a great job of preparing these guys to get up there and take the next step. Another big jump from 8th grade to freshman and JV ball.
Well, we do work closely with Coach Tannehill and Coach Herndon. Coach Smith goes over there early on at least 2 or 3 times in the first month or so to get on the same page with him, with Coach Herndon, with the weightlifting and everything. And offensive coaches go see Coach Tannehill, and the defensive coaches go see I drew a blank.
Coach Collins.
Coach Collins. So the defensive coaches. So we do talk, and it's simplified a little bit, but we do what they do. We work together.
Well, that's part of it. It's a feeder school for more than just athletics, but academics and everything else. Let's talk about some more stuff. I mean, football is coming to an end. Last game tomorrow, like you mentioned, at West Ridge. I think you've had soccer tryouts. You've got. I mean, this is a full slate of sports. I mean, the athletic director in junior high isn't what it was 20 years ago. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let's talk about it.
Soccer's practice starts Monday when we come back off a break. Basketball, I think their first game's on the 21st of October. So Coach Spivey is offensive coordinator and basketball coaching right now. He's having evening practices. We've got the girls basketball. We got Coach K still coaching the basketball girls. But she's fixing to have a baby, so she's going to disappear here shortly. But we got some good people to help her out that are going to step in and fill her shoes. And then we roll right into baseball. We have baseball tryouts before we go out for January, 7th and 8th grade, and then into track in the spring. So it's
softball too.
Softball, yes, sir.
You've been running cross country throughout
cross-country
right now. So I mean, it's
golf.
Yeah, golf. You're right. Golf. We got a golf team as well, and I believe some tennis. There's tennis team. That's right.
I don't think we have a fishing team yet.
Not a fishing team yet.
Yet.
But working on that. But you guys do a great job down there. I've enjoyed getting to know you and your coaches over the past few years and everything else. We look forward to some other big things in the future, and we're going to talk to a couple of your guys after this break. See, Jakeem and Van. When you look at a few, I see Max and
the Bias twins.
The Bias, they're all here. So we're going to have just run out of microphones.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's hard to choose sometimes.
No, I know. You got some good kids all up and down the halls there at Neville Junior High, and it's good to see them out here for Tiger Talk. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We're going to talk to some of his players when we come back after this break. This is Tiger Talk right here on the Neville Network.
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nukes, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nukes Eatery.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see him in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Tiger Talk. As you see, I've traded out coaches for all these players. These are all your Neville Junior High 8th graders, members of the football team. Guys, welcome to Tiger Talk. We're gonna talk to a few of them. Is on my far right. This is Jakeem Reitzel. I've got Van Martinez here in the middle. Max Carter up there. Y'all say hey, Max. Say hey, Max. And Jacob and Joshua Bias, right? Did I get that right? All right, good job. So these are a couple of the guys that have been putting in the work for Neville Junior High. And guys, I've been watching you guys for a couple of years, and y'all have really come a long way since I first saw y'all as 7th graders. So Jakeem, let me ask you, it's a big long runs, but how far do you think this group maybe can take it when you get up to Neville?
I think we should be able to run and take it all the way up through high school.
Yep. So talk about some of you got some big bodies around here.
Yes, sir.
Your offensive line, as Coach Navarro says, kind of been a little dinged up, but, I mean, you've had some nice holes to run through. You kind of go all the way, run a little quarterback, run a little running back. Sometimes you're at receiver.
Yes, sir.
Just talk about maybe what some of these guys have done to help you find a few holes this year.
Our blocks are excellent. I mean, blocks outside, inside. Even when I do run outside or run the play the opposite way, I have blocks either way.
Definitely doing some downfield stuff
yes,
as well. Van, let me ask you, buddy. I mean, you've been playing offensive line for a few years, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's your position?
My position is right tackle.
Right tackle?
Yes, sir.
All right, and so part of that, you get not only Jakeem and a couple of your other backs back there being able to run back. Do you like blocking running plays or passing plays the best?
That's a hard question. I mean, probably passing plays. I mean, it's a easy, like, you pretty much always got to get one guy. I mean, it's in front of you. You just got to block.
Yeah.
But they're pretty much the same to me. I just love blocking and playing.
Now, what is y'all's, I don't know, I mean, I guess both of y'all, ask both of y'all your favorite part about playing football. Jakeem, start with you.
Playing as a team, the wins, the practice, hanging out with the team pretty much.
Yeah, all these guys like who you got behind you
yes,
up here?
Sir.
Yeah. Van, how about you? Same thing?
Yes, sir. That's pretty much the same thing with me. I mean, it's hard. I just love being with my friends and family.
Yeah.
And just also the wins and everything like that.
Yeah. Wins are fun.
Yes, sir.
Wins are fun. I appreciate the fact you like practice because practices are designed to be that's the work part. The playing's the fun part. It's always how it was there. And Coach Navarro and his group, y'all liking your coaches. I'm going to put you on the spot right here.
Yes, sir.
You go, the correct answer is yes. They're doing a great job. I enjoy it. But what about some other sports you guys are playing at Neville Junior High?
I got basketball, baseball, and track.
Basketball, baseball, and track. Van?
Yes, sir.
I'm just a one-timer. I'm football.
That's good, guys. Max, what else are you playing up there, bud? Baseball. You're playing Max plays baseball. Yeah, both are football and track. The biases are both football and track. So a couple of now you guys are defensive guys, right?
I'm a defense.
You're the defense. You're the offense. Okay, that's right. See, I should be used to this. I have cousins that are two sets of identical twins, but I still don't know them. They're 40 years old. I hadn't figured it out yet. So bear with me. Bear with me, you guys. I've watched, the defense. I've seen some pretty good play over the past few weeks as well. And you got guys, Max, linebacker right there, and you're a defensive lineman. Defensive line. You're a defensive line. I'm sorry. I told you I was going to mess up. I do it a lot, but you've been playing defensive line. So being able to turn on, trust you guys to maybe get some stops have led you guys to a couple of wins this year.
Yes, sir.
That's just I thought all y'all have played, not only both sides of the ball played pretty well. So now you've thrown for a couple of touchdowns, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have, and then you've caught a couple of touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
And really impressed with the way you run the football, the way all of you guys have played up to this point, through this point. Y'all got one more game left, right?
Yes, sir.
Westridge, you got to go to Westridge, finish out with a winning season. Want to see you guys 5-3-1 after tomorrow night.
Yes,
think y'all can do
Yes,
that
sir.
for us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, guys, thank y'all for stopping by. Hope y'all got your bellies full here at Melvin's, and look forward to seeing all of y'all tomorrow night at Westridge. If y'all want to check them out at Westridge, the 7th grade starts at 5:30. The 8th grade will start just right after. It's normally around 6:30 or 6:45. That final game for these Neville Junior High Tigers. Let's give them a round of applause out there. All right. Great job, guys. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk with one of the Origin Bank Players of the Week and offensive lineman Kane Day. That's when we return right here on Tiger Talk. You're watching the Neville Tiger Network.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizza, 9, 12, or 14 inch. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta bowls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the Subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
Baton Rouge,
Shreveport.
New Orleans.
Attorneys from all over our state are flocking to our area to handle your injury case. I'm Chad Carter.
And I'm Kevin Alexander. We didn't come in from out of town to take your case.
If you've been injured, come see us at Parker Alexander. We live and work right here in Northeast Louisiana.
Remember, we don't get paid unless you get paid. So we're here to handle your case personally.
Let Tenori's Own Louisville help you with your special gift needs, offering a wide variety of products to make any Tiger happy. Go visit Tenori's, located at 801 Louisville Avenue, or give them a call at 318-325-4100. That's Tenori's Own Louisville. Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, everybody, welcome back in to Tiger Talk, and really enjoyed visiting with those guys from Neville Junior High.
Yes, sir.
It's good to see those young guys in there.
That's the future.
The future right there. Let's pop that up just a little bit towards you. There you go. That we want to hear you, man. So as you see to my right, this is one of the Origin Bank Players of the Week. It's Neville offensive guard Kane Day. Kane, welcome to Tiger Talk, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Shelby.
So as we go through this, your senior year, you know, how do you think everything's going?
As with every year, every season, we got stuff we got to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But going into week 8, I'm pretty sure this is week
7. We're 5-1.
Okay, so going into week 7 with Minden, last week we kind of came out flat. I mean, we obviously won pretty well, but there's always stuff to work on. Came out flat last week, didn't really do what we wanted to do. I mean, obviously against Western Row, we did pretty well. We handled our stuff.
Yeah.
But last week, the only word I got is flat.
Where you got was flat. Well, yeah. A flat 42-0 win. I'm sure a lot of Tiger fans will take it. And that's something that happens, man. I mean, you guys play a heck of a schedule from start, from the get-go. I mean, you have really had no slouches.
First 5 weeks were
right after it. Yeah. And then Franklin Parish having a little bit of down year. You got homecoming, you got all that stuff. Obviously, no excuses. The coaches don't want to, the whole flat thing. But
not at all.
That's all right. And we go to Minden, who has historically played Neville pretty tough. I mean, they are 2-5 on the year, but there's been some. Last year it was tight there for a little while.
Yeah,
against the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, the second time we played them, right? The first time was our homecoming.
Yes,
and we stomped them pretty well. And then second time
in the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs, they came back and hit us hard because they knew what to prepare for.
They had nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. They were caged, man.
Yeah,
like they had nothing to lose and everything to gain.
What's So, congratulations on being honored. The coaches selected you as one of the players of the game. It was you and Matthew Fobbs-White on the defensive side, and we will definitely have that little presentation, when y'all get back to school. We've had this fall break. Nobody's knows how to act on this fall break. I didn't foresee. I didn't even know it was happening.
I didn't either till last week.
Around
last week, around like Thursday, my buddies were like, "Hey, what you doing next week? School?" It's like, "No, we don't have school." What? Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Well, the coaches didn't let y'all sleep in, did they?
I would prefer morning practices.
Yeah.
Because, whenever you got practice later in the evening, you don't really do anything till 2 because you got practice. You get out at 5:30, and then the day's gone. So,
I get it. At 8 o'clock, get up and take care of your business, and then move on. Now, preparing for Crimson Tide, and really the rest of you got an off week next week.
Yes, sir.
So after 7 weeks of football, you're looking forward to maybe having a lighter week, or at least being able to catch y'all's breath there for the open date.
It'll be nice to, I guess, just take a breather, because another thing is we got to refocus. Coach Tannehill likes to say to sharpen the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, first 5 weeks were tough. Tough opponents week after week after week. And then now going into district, seems like we're on a downhill slope, and it's tough to focus, honestly.
Yeah, trying
to go from STM and Western Road back-to-back to go to Franklin Parish, Minden, Bastrop, Huntington.
Yeah.
And then especially that off week.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're obviously going to practice that off week.
Yeah.
There's no downtime, but like Coach Tannehill says, it'll be nice to get a break and sharpen the sword, focus, get our stuff together, get cemented together as a state championship level team.
Well, you guys, you talk about that championship level team. A lot of expectations have been put on you guys, and a lot of it's because of an offensive line that's pretty senior laden. It's seniors.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been together for the last 4 years.
Not to mention, kindergarten
all the way up,
elementary, yeah.
But talk about that offensive line group that you play on. You've got you got a new one, except for I say seniors, except for your right tackle. When Hurd comes in, but the rest of you guys have been playing together since y'all were little.
Yeah. So from left to right, obviously we got the superstar Monroe, Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Myself, Landon Sorrell, very solid player.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Smith, he's like a bulldog. He is tiny, but he is not afraid to fight you.
Yeah.
And then Lance, coming from Bastrop, it's actually his birthday today. So
it is.
Happy birthday,
Lance.
Happy
birthday, Lance. There you go.
Him coming from Bastrop, he came over, and you could tell at first he wasn't really buying in. It's like because it's tough to go from anywhere else to Eric Herndon.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to make that transition. But once he did, and once he bought into it, he became a very solid player.
Definitely a solid player. And you talk about, you guys in the middle, and you mentioned Landon. And, I've noticed Landon maybe seems to be like that spark on the offensive line.
Yeah.
He's kind of a fire plug type player.
Yeah, he's definitely a spark plug, man. Sometimes whenever you get caught lacking, just kind of going through the motions at practice, he will let you know.
He'll let you know real quick.
I think your center is a very solid part of an O-line. He's in the middle. He's snapping the ball. He's kind of a leader. And I think Landon fulfills that job well.
Definitely does. I've really enjoyed watching you play in that guard position, depending on which way you're going. You guys move a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
Those offensive linemen are sometimes often forgotten, but we don't forget about you guys up there because you've got one of the top rushers in the state, which is something that y'all should be proud of, and try to keep him up there at the rushing leaders of the state, because that's a reflection on you guys.
Yeah.
You guys done a great job there. Hey, tell me on your defense. Tigers got a pretty dang good defense too. And when y'all go ones-on-ones out there, who's maybe one of the toughest guys that you've got to block on the other side of the football?
Just on the front?
Yeah.
Probably between Matthew Falls-White and Anichi Sledge.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Matthew's definitely a strong player. Being a junior, I guess he's sometimes overlooked, but you should not. He's huge, and he will punch you.
He'll punch you.
Like
he's quick.
Oh, yeah, he's fast. And Anichi, I mean, committed to Baylor, obviously just a good player.
Anichi's a big kid and a lot quicker than a lot of people give him credit for on that interior.
He's fast. He will not expect it. He's quick.
Well, the good thing is that you guys get to go up against some pretty talented defensive linemen, so it prepares you. And it showed, especially against West Monroe. And I would assume maybe to date, I mean, you guys had a deep run in the playoff last year, but maybe that West Monroe win, getting that, win the first time in a long time, maybe up to this point might have been the highlight of you guys' year.
I would say, yeah. To topple the giant that is West Monroe and then to roll on a homecoming week the next week, it was pretty nice. And to know that after we crossed that big hill that was kind of downhill into district, and then we can, like we said, focus and sharpen the sword going into playoffs.
Well, you look at the district, and a lot of people see the records, a lot of people things like that, but you guys can't lose that focus, and I'm sure that's what the coaches are preaching right there. Coach Herndon's not going to let you lose that focus. It's easy to do because you don't want that slipping up. You're right. You're talking about sharpening that sword and getting you guys primed and ready for a deep playoff run.
Yes, sir.
Well, Kane, good luck to you and the rest of you guys for the rest of the season. I always enjoy talking to you, whether it's here, at the house, or wherever else. So don't be a stranger to both places, all right? So great job. Great job. We look forward to seeing you ball out on Friday night. So thanks, everybody. You get a nice round of applause for Kane. And when we return, we'll put Coach Tannehill back in the hot seat, talk about this Friday night's game against Minden. That and how you can get there, what's going on. A few changes over there at Minden. We'll probably let you in on a little insight. So stay tuned for that. This is Tiger Talk right here, live from Melvin's on the network.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
I'm Matt Dickerson, and I'm a satisfied 3B equipment rental customer. So I called Matt because we were trying to get our plots together for dove season. He brought this equipment out to us, dropped it off, unloaded it for us, and really made the whole process very easy. I know Matt does real well in the service department, and through some other rental experiences we've had with him, the tractor that he dropped off for us was in brand new condition. Everything was in good shape. It's good to know that you can count on equipment when he drops it off. I'd highly recommend Matt Bridges and 3B Outdoors for all your equipment rental needs.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, welcome back, everybody. As you know, what a packed show we've had for you here at Melvin's this evening. We're really grateful for the hospitality each and every Wednesday night. Melvin and Diane and the staff, Annie and the girls here are really take care of us, take care of everybody coming in here.
They're hopping tonight, though.
It is, man. They are moving pretty good, which is a good thing. Yeah. And we'd like to see this type of crowd every Wednesday night.
Come out and join us.
We show up. So, Coach, just to kind of wrap up last week, let's kind of get through our players of the game from your homecoming victory over Franklin Parish.
We're talking about Kane Day. You just had him on here. What a great young man, and what an outstanding football player he's turned into. And he graded out above 90% the other night at offensive line. That's pretty good considering we have some good numbers this year on the offensive line. So, but he graded out over 90% this week. And then Fobbs White, man, what a game he had the other night. He had 4 tackles, 3 of them were for loss. He had 5 hurries because they threw it a lot.
Yeah.
Hit the quarterback one time. He caused a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And then, let's see. That's about it. That's pretty good numbers.
Still not a bad line.
For a defensive end.
That's right.
It's not a linebacker. He's a defensive end. But he had a great night. Just proud of the way he's progressed over the last 2 years. He started really growing last year, and he's just developed into he's going to be a really good football player by the time he gets out of here next year. Thank goodness he's a junior.
Yeah, good-looking young man, and so with those two, and every time we've got those big guys and Bills and Browns.
Bills and Browns. Bradley Hanlon had a great week of scout team offense, and probably going to get a little time on the field Friday night. We're shorthanded a little bit, but and then Jamie Hendon, he puts forth a good effort every week, but he was really outstanding last week. Had a couple picks on our ones last week, so they gave a great effort last week, and they're the Charlie Brown and Bill Rupel Player of the Week.
You've got that. Hanlon had a catch. He made the highlights
caught one the other night
last week, so definitely. And I believe Bradley's a sophomore.
Great hands. He's really growing into his body and getting a little more athletic every day, and just has great hands, man. Great hands. Proud of him.
Well, Coach, we've made it to week 7. We're up against a bye week, probably a much needed bye week. You can get some guys
healthy.
Exactly. Some nagging injuries. Maybe clear up. Put in some stuff for. The finish of the season, also, maybe some playoffs, just work on a few things, give you some opportunities for that. But before you can do all that, you still got to go over to Minden, your first road test of the season.
Yep.
And talk a little bit about what Minden's done well. They're 2-5 on the year, but they've had some close ones.
They have. They've played some pretty good football teams. The one thing that really sticks out every time I put them up and watch them on film is their defensive line's always big. Number 58, he's Mekhi Reed. He's an 11th grader. He's a big defensive lineman. Cortez Ridley, number 18, is defensive end, really good player. And then on the other side of the ball, number 19, he'll stick out. You'll see him. He's the same guy they had last year.
Yeah.
He's their number 1 receiver. And it's Jalen Williams. He's a tall kid. He's 11th grader. He's probably 6'3" or 4 and runs really good. I mean, he looks the part out there. And then their tailback, number 4, Dalen Robertson. We saw him in the playoff game last year. And he's a good player. He's gotten a little bigger since last year, a little faster. He's a lot better player. And then number 2, you remember he came in and played quarterback for him in the playoff game last
after
year.
The quarterback went down.
Right,
with an
and
injury.
he did a really good job. Well, he's the full-time starter now on offense, and so they do a lot of things offensively that give your defense problem. They're real good in the screen game. They run a lot of speed sweep action, a lot like we do, except they do it out of two backs on the side and 1 in the back. So, you have to keep your eyes on your keys, and our linebackers really be tested on their keys this week and playing good, sound football. And so, they just do some things defensively also that they'll play a 3-man front, a 4-man front, and they'll slide those guys on the line of scrimmage and, can jack your offensive lineman up a little bit if we're not careful. So, a much improved football team as the year has progressed. But, again, we're going to do the same thing we've been doing all year. We're going to line up. We're going to run inside and outside zone, and we're going to throw the RPOs. And, defensively, we're going to try to stop everything you do and make you punt the football to our guys and try to score some points.
Talking about scoring points, offense, I mean, are we getting anybody back that we didn't see last week? How's that
Well,
shaping up?
Brett's practiced this week, just trying to see how his ankle's holding up. If he's not as mobile as he can be, then we'll know that tomorrow. Tomorrow's always my day of decision on those kind of things. Plummer's going to be back here in a couple weeks. Can't wait for him to get back. And then, as defensively, Dubose has got a little messed up hand, but he's had it all year, and he's played really good with that little brace thing he has on it. But, hopefully some of our younger guys will get back too. So we need those guys back just for depth, to have it on defense and offense. And so, hopefully all that we'll have everything heading in the right direction week 11.
I believe, when was it? Was it 20 – somebody can tell me. It was a while back, but that last time Minden won, and it was in the playoffs.
Oh, right? I remember.
2010, I believe that's when it was.
I believe it was 2008.
2008.
Will's shooting it to me over here.
That's right. Yeah,
Johnny on the spot again. But
he is.
2008, we went over there and had 4 or 5 touchdowns called back. And it was a tough night, and they had a really good quarterback and a really good receiver, and they gave us fits, and they beat us right at the end of the game.
And you talk about that facility, and we went.
Yeah, we need to talk about that tonight too.
Exactly, and we are. But the way Minden, it was an older facility back then, and it's kind of sunken in between, down in the bottoms, if you will.
The bottom of the hill, in a neighborhood.
And there's right smack dab in the middle of the neighborhood. It's a hard place to get into, get out of. It's kind of, once you're in there, you're in, Crimson Tide territory. It's an older high school. It's a really a nice looking high school, and they've
really redone all of it.
Redid the home side a couple of years ago. We've been over there since and seen a lot of this stuff. But if you're going over to this football game, I mean, last year, kind of where we set up broadcasting things, and where you were, you came and sat. The Viston side is still there, but they've leveled everything behind it.
Everything, that whole parking lot, inside the fence, the old concession stand, the bathrooms, and all that stuff on the Viston side. You can't even get there now. So it's level there. They're building a beautiful facility for their football team, and I think it's going to be a multi-purpose place.
Gym.
Yeah, and so it's going to be. I don't know how much money it's going to be, but it's going to be huge.
It's going to be nice.
And it's going to be nice for their campus. And, but you're going to have to get there a little bit early, try to get you some parking over there behind the visitor side across the street.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good parking lot. And then, of course, down the streets, the way,
you got to walk around, and there's 2 ways in. There's on the home side and the visitor side. There's 2 ticket booths, so you go in that way and pick it up. And
behind the scoreboard is where you'll come into the stadium.
So you've got, as far as tickets sales over here,
well, we're not
selling tickets because we're not in school. So that's what I was saying. Just be prepared to pick you up a ticket at the gate. There'll be plenty there. Minden's a decent size facility, so you'll have some room on that side. And if you can't make the trip, obviously you can watch it
right
here on the Neville Tiger Network and listen to it on Sunny 98.3. But we want you in there. We want you to come over there.
Want you to get there early,
guys, and be loud and cheer on these Tigers. And Kane mentioned it when I was talking to him. He felt they came out a little bit flat against Franklin Parish, and we've discussed this, off the air. How tough is it to get these guys week in and week out after that
5-week series.
5-week series right there, and then you start looking at some of these. You're not coaching guys to take off. Nobody's on that, but guys know. You sit there.
They watch film. We didn't have film to watch. We had to watch it in the locker room, when we play. And so now it's on Huddle. They have access to it on their phones, their iPads at home. They can watch it laying in the bed, and we tell them to do it. We want them to watch the film.
Exactly.
And of course, they're watching the guy in front of them, so they know, every day at practice, is the guy in front of me as good as he is or better than he is? So, we used the term when I talked about it last week, sharpen the sword. This week, have we sharpened it? I hope so. We'll know tomorrow. Thursday's a good key for us. I've been able to read these guys a little bit better. On Thursdays, I can see in their eyes if they're ready to go. And, last Thursday was kind of it was homecoming Thursday, and we kind of played like that. So hopefully this Thursday we'll have a good meeting and a good walkthrough, and then Friday we'll come out and play.
So scheduled for tomorrow, you guys been going at 8 o'clock all this week. Is it changing a little bit tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to come in at 10, going to feed the boys a little bit afterwards, for lunch and get them some carbs in them, and then we'll take the rest of the day off and then come in to Friday around 2 o'clock, and then we'll be on the road around 4. We'll arrive over at Minden about 5:15 or so and get ready to play.
Get ready to play. So just before we go, we got a few minutes before we close things out here on Tiger Talk. Let's talk about a lot of stuff going on, not just football season's going on. Basketball's cranking up.
Monday was the first official
about
day.
To wrap up as well.
Volleyball wrapping up. They got a big game Thursday night at home against Ruston. It's a big a game for them. I think they've battled a couple times this year already. And then, Friday night we'll play the football game. But, basketball started on Monday. That was the first official day of practice, and they've been hard at it, boys and the girls. And so, we got a lot going on campus even though we're out of school. So, when we get back next week, we'll have a freshman and JV game Monday night, and starts at 5:30 at Bill Rupel versus Ouachita. And don't forget to go Thursday night if you're not going to the volleyball game. Try to get out and watch those Neville Junior High guys at West Ridge.
That's where I'm going to be.
Yeah, I know you will be.
That's where I'm going to be.
I'm probably going to be there for a little while too. So
there's a lot stuff going on, and the volleyball team wrapping up. I think the playoffs pairings are coming up soon. So we'll just stay tuned to our website, our Facebook page, and Twitter. We'll tell you everything's coming up on volleyball, and obviously when the start of basketball season goes. But Coach, Friday night, your last message to the team before what you want, what you're looking for out of them.
Just I talked about playing a clean game this week with them and really coming out offensively and taking charge of the game and dominating up front on both sides of the ball. I mean, that's really where it starts with us on both sides, and hopefully we'll come out and do that this week.
Yeah, just set the tone early on both. You did it last week against Franklin Parish. You saw that in the highlights, a couple of tackles for loss, a sack, and then a pick six, and you guys were off to the races and could kind of go on and take care of business on homecoming. And always good to get through that homecoming week.
Yes, sir.
Get through the homecoming week. No pep rally this week, everybody. It's the fall breaks kind of, it's something we're not used to. Maybe next year we'll figure everything out, but they definitely will get things going after the bye week, so everybody gets a break. Cheerleaders, Bengals, everybody gets a break here coming up in Week 8. So, Coach, good luck Friday night against Minden. We'll definitely see you over there. Look forward to all of that. Folks, if you, like we said earlier, if you're going to head over to Minden, which we hope you do, the tickets will be available at the gate. You can pick them up on your way into the stands. If you're not able to watch it, as always, you can watch it right here on the Neville Tiger Network, on all of our, on YouTube, our apps, as well as NevilleTigerNetwork.com. So, Coach, thanks for joining us again. Another great Tiger Talk. Thanks to Melvyn and Diane McCoy for having us each and every Wednesday. Thanks to the great crowd that has gathered here at Melvyn's. We had a lively bunch here. Here tonight. So thanks to Jason Ewing helping out with the cameras, and Will Anders, illustrious Will Anders back there. He does everything for us. He's the
Neville
man,
Tiger
the myth,
Network,
and the legend. That's right. For Coach Jeff Tannehill, I'm Stewart Shelby saying good night from Melvin's. We'll see you Friday night as the Tigers take on the Minden Crimson Tide. Good night, everybody.